I've been troubleshooting the windshield wipers on my 1963 Corvette, and what I've discovered is that if you turn the ignition switch to on, you've got a constant 12-volt source to your windshield wiper motor. There's only two other wires going to the motor for a 3-wire connector going to the windshield wiper motor. There's another 2 wires that look like they're going to the windshield wiper motor, but those are going to the pump motor for the windshield washer fluid. So 2 wires for windshield washer fluid, 3 wires for the 3-speed or 2-speed rather windshield wipers. And your 2 speeds are, if you turn the wiper switch 1 click clockwise, the knob, then that's low speed, and 2 clicks clockwise is high speed. So there's low speed, and what I did was I just gave the wiper motor the low speed ground. The wiper switch doesn't control the hot. The hot's always on with the key. So I just gave it a low speed ground, and now I'm giving it both grounds. Now it's got the low speed ground and the high speed ground. So now they're going full speed. And if I turn it down 1, then that's low speed again. Now theoretically, if I turn it counterclockwise again, that's off. And it should park itself. So the wiper switch is off and it's not parking itself, and that's the problem that I'm finding with it, and that's what I'm troubleshooting, what I'm trying to fix. So there's the wiper motor assembly. These 2 wires here, those control the pump for the washer fluid, and then down lower, just down beyond that, you've got another harness going in, and it's going in, let's see, I'll just pull this off. With my other hand, it'll get down in there. Maybe. Alright. Alright. So there's the connector right there for the washer pump, and that's disconnected. And now that's disconnected. You can see a little bit better, but not really that good. Got some more light in there. Maybe if I get on the other side. Alright, right there, the tip of my screwdriver is on the end of the 3-wire connector. So there's a connector right there, and it's got 3 prongs. So there's 1 prong, and right next to that another prong, right next to the 3rd prong. So 1, 2, 3, all in a row. The closest one to the front is the high-speed ground. The one in the middle is 12 volts all the time as long as your key is on. So I've got 12 volts still going to it right now, even though my wipers went into park. And then the wiper closest to the firewall is the low-speed ground. So the one in the middle is 12 volts high as long as your key is on, and the one closest to the front of the car is your high-speed ground, and the one closest to the rear of the car is your low-speed ground. So positive 12 volts in the middle, and the other 2 are grounds. Give it both a ground, both ends get a ground, and that's your high-speed wipers. And if only the one towards the firewall has a ground, that's your low-speed wipers. Now it went into park, and the wipers are back down there in the park position. But it should have went into park a long time ago. I had to wait quite a while for that. So once again, there's low speed. Here's high speed, here's low speed, and here's off, and it should park itself. And it's not parking itself. And what I found out is, if I go like this with my screwdriver, it'll park itself every time. So there's something mechanical inside there. It's not a bad ground. There's something mechanical that's sticking. And I need to get in there with some brake cleaner and maybe some WD-40, and I got to clean and lubricate the inside of that mechanism and find out what's sticking, because I shouldn't have to do this to get the wipers to turn off. And it doesn't matter where I hit it. I can hit it over here too. Anywhere I hit it. I can hit it here, I can hit it here, I can hit it here. Anywhere I hit it on that assembly, it's enough to shake that parking mechanism loose and park the wipers, as long as they're in the off position. Now if I turn it on to run position, now they're in low speed mode and they're not turned off. Now I can hit it all I want. It won't turn off now. So I turn the switch off. Oh, there, it parked by itself. So I don't know. I mean, I want to think that it's getting better, but it doesn't seem to be. I was thinking if I did this enough times, maybe it would just fix itself. But that should be off right there, and it's not off. But if I take it and do that, then it parks itself. So there's some bolts on here, and I've already taken off this one, and this one. And if you take off those 3 bolts, they're a 1/4 inch. And so I got a 1/4 inch wrench on those, and I took out all 3 of those, being careful not to drop any of them. And I took that inspection cover off, and all I was able to access from that inspection cover is just the components for the wiper motor. And I sprayed some WD-40 in there, some brake cleaner in there first, then dried that out, then some WD-40 in there, and tried to get it down, you know, past the wiper motor and into the actual wiper assembly, but that didn't work. So now I'm going to try to take off this bolt and this bolt and that bolt down there, and looks like there's one right there at the top. I'm going to take off those 4 and see what's underneath.